What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Adam Mentality World. Today we're going to discuss the results of SummerSlam 2016. There were 13 matches, give or take. Now we're going to discuss the matches. For the first match, first three were in the pre-show. So you got Usos and a bunch of other people versus Breezango and a bunch of other people. So you got 8 on 8, I believe. Yes, so there's a bunch of people fighting. Nobody really cared except the people in the match. Usos team won. Nobody freaking cares. You got Sami Zayn and Neville versus the Dudley Boys. Once again, this is the pre-show. They had some good moves back and forth with Neville jumping off of Sami Zayn. But once again, it was the pre-show. Nobody cares. But Sami Zayn and Neville won. So now for the third match of the pre-show, we have Cesaro versus Sheamus in a best of 7. In all of my years of watching wrestling, I have never seen this happen before, where you have two people compete over and over and over again to the point where nobody cares about watching them wrestle again. And then you go, you know what? I'm going to make both of you wrestle each other for 7 more times. So nobody cared about this match. I mean, they're both great wrestlers, but nobody cares about this match because there's nothing on the line. They need to step it up and make it more interesting, because if you put 6 more matches just like this on the next 6 pay-per-views, people are going to lose their mind. You're going to get all kind of backlash. Get rid of it. Alright, so now we go on to the actual pay-per-view of SummerSlam. First match, we have Enzo and Cass versus Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho. Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho went over. First, I thought Enzo and Cass were going to win, but then before the match, I thought Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho might win, but it was too late to place my bets, so Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho won, which is cool because they get to stay hopefully as a tag team and working together because their chemistry is really good. For the 5th match, we got Sasha Banks was defending her women's championship against Charlotte. This one had some really cool moves. Those girls flying around, throwing each other around off the turnbuckle and stuff. But Sasha came up short this time, and Charlotte won when she rolled her up, when she had her in the bank statement, and she rolled her over because Charlotte's bigger. So she rolled her over and pinned her for the 3 count. So now your new WWE Women's Champion is Charlotte. The 6th match we had for the Intercontinental Championship, that was between Apollo Crews, not Creed, and The Miz. And The Miz was able to defend his title. So he's still the Intercontinental Champion. For the 7th match, you had AJ Styles versus the face that runs the place, John Cena. Now this is a good chance to see if John Cena really wants to get somebody else to take over his spot. Because he's talked about before about he wants somebody else to step up and be the face that runs the place so he can retire and go off and do his own thing. This is a good chance for him to prove if he really meant that, and he succeeded in a great match with AJ Styles and let AJ Styles win. So this is huge for AJ Styles because he beat John Cena, kind of like Daniel Bryan did 3 years ago, and then Daniel Bryan was able to go on and win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania against Batista and Randy Orton. Let's see, who else we got? We got for the 8th match, we had the Club versus New Day. I figured the Club was going to win. It was for the WWE Tag Team Championship. I figured they were going to win, but first you had Jon Stewart come out and do his little thing. He was talking about how he came out last year and hurt John Cena with a chair, and then Seth Rollins won, and he became became U.S. Champion and WWE World Heavyweight Champion the same night. So then, since Big E was gone, he was like, "All right, I'll be an honorary member of the New Day." New Day comes out, Club comes out, they fight, go back and forth. At one point towards the end, Jon Stewart was in the ring with the Club, and they were going to give him ring politis, and they're going to put his nuts up against the pole. But then all of a sudden, New Day song hit, and Big E runs out, beats him up. So Club wins by disqualification. So New Day retains the title, but the Club actually won the match, which tells me that the New Day is going to lose their titles next time they fight the Club. That's the formula that WWE uses, and that's what's going to happen, I guarantee you. For the 9th match, we had for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, we had Dolph Ziggler, the underdog, the guy who was champ at one time, and then got pushed down to mid-card against Dean Ambrose, the guy who should never have been in the main card. He only got to the top because of the whole Shield thing. Seth Rollins was the only really good one out of the Shield. Roman Reigns just had the looks. Dean Ambrose, for whatever reason, people like him. I don't understand it. He can't cut a promo or do anything. He barely wrestles. But in the end, Dean Ambrose was able to win. Still think that was kind of a screwed up ending. Like I said, for older wrestlers like me, you want something exciting because when you're little, you can fool them real easily. Like, oh wow, I didn't know that Dean Ambrose is gonna win. That's awesome. Like, no, we see that stuff coming a mile away. So we're hoping that Dolph Ziggler will win. But of course, Dolph Ziggler didn't win because the WWE doesn't want to make the older fans happy. And for the 10th match, we had what was supposed to be Eva's team versus like Natalia and some other people. I don't know, Natalia was on her team against Alexa Bliss and whoever else. But Eva Marie couldn't make it, but they had like a fun little thing. They had the guy make his fourth excuse as to why she couldn't come out. So instead, we had a surprise with Nikki Bella, which was cool to see her show up. So now we get to see if she's going to be on SmackDown or Raw. But Nikki Bella's team won, of course, because Nikki Bella has a new special where she puts him up on like she's going to do the old move, and she turns her and does like a diamond cutter kind of thing, or a stunner, or RKO, whatever you want to call it. Less pressure on her neck, so she wanted to get neck surgery again. For the 11th match, it was for the new WWE Universal title. This title, I'm going to describe this title later on. I'm going to make another video describing the title and my thoughts on it. But so you got Finn Balor, who I predicted before when he came into Raw, they were going to put a rocket to his back and shoot him to the top, and that's exactly what they did. They didn't fight Seth Rollins, the best wrestler in WWE right now, and they had Finn Balor, the guy who was in NXT for the longest time, and then he lost to Samoa Joe, who just lost to Shinsuke Nakamura for the NXT Championship. So if Samoa Joe can beat Finn, let's see. So if the Asian guy, I can't even think of his name right now. I'm so frustrated. If the Asian guy can beat Samoa Joe, and Samoa Joe can beat Finn Balor, and Finn Balor can beat Seth Rollins, that means Nagasaki, whatever, Shinsuke Nakamura, that's his name. If Shinsuke Nakamura can beat Seth Rollins, that means he's the #1 guy in the company. No, he's not the #1 guy in the company. But that's what the WWE has it looking like. So, like I said, Finn Balor wins. He gets the red belt. Like I said, it matches his red Demon King look. So, have it as you will. And for the 12th match, which didn't even happen, we had Rusev versus Roman Reigns for the United States Championship. So apparently they were running out of time at the end. They said they had 5 hours and they put 13 matches in there. Somebody's matches need to be cut down shorter because they couldn't even have the Rusev and Roman match. So they didn't have an actual winner or loser. No one could compete. So Roman had to leave, and then he spears Rusev at the end after Rusev was trying to walk out. So that wins doesn't even happen. So then that was the next to last match. So the last match you had all this build up for Lesnar versus Orton. 15, 14, 5,000 years in the making. Oh my gosh, the Viper is going to fight Brock Lesnar, the Beast Incarnate. And they finally start fighting. Roman Reigns, so frustrated. Randy Orton gets thrown around by Brock Lesnar a lot. And then before you know it, Randy Orton has a cut on his head. And then, I don't know if it's real or fake. I don't know if it was an accident. So then people start, Goldberg. I don't know if they did this on purpose or accident, or like I said, or if they just had booked too many matches and too many matches went too long and they need to cut that stuff out because we didn't get to have the huge match that everybody was looking forward to. It was like a 5-10 minute match and you're expecting like a 25 or 30 minute match. No, you got to figure this stuff out. You got to book this better because I was looking forward to seeing Randy Orton versus Brock Lesnar. I didn't get to see Randy Orton versus Brock Lesnar. I got to see Randy Orton versus Brock Lesnar light. It doesn't even happen. Anyway, that is my thing for SummerSlam. If you remember, we had a predictions thing with me and Kid Alisco 21 and Zo3Z. I lost because WWE doesn't know how to book matches. So supposedly I'm going to have to eat 3 Buffalo Wild Wings, hottest Wild Wings. I don't even know if I'm going to do it anymore because I'm sick and tired of WWE booking this crap horribly. I try to make this more interesting. I had like videos and have predictions and punishments, but I've lost 2 times in a row. This is screwed up. But anyway, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below. Let me know what you think about WWE SummerSlam. Peace.